get their control. Their control are so strong that you don't even notice, and then you keep going from this life to another life forever. And without the practice, you would never escape this circle, and then you keep running away around, playing around in life again, and you're running around your ignorance. That's why you get need to practice. So that's why we always remind each other here to maintain the practice. We always follow the teaching, the reminder of the master of the book to keep practice. Without the reminder, without the sharing, we usually to practice. Therefore, we need to maintain it all the time, never stop, so that you can see the improvement. My master, you look, he say, he say, even though the practice is small, but if you keep it running all the time, it's like a thread, small thread that always continues over time, then it will get stronger. And that's the practice. Even though your ignorance is big, is huge, and they always try to control you. But if you remember about the practice, and based on all the ignorance, based on the discrimination that you're running, you have to practice. You need to always keep maintaining the doubt. To in order to have doubt, you need to ask the question. That's why you're gonna get better. Before the heaven, who am I? Before the heaven and earth, who am I? So that's the question. Store up your doubt and then make you feel feel stirred all the time because you keep asking the question. But it store your discrimination up. The question store it up and 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 try to store it up so that you have some feeling when you practice your your discrimination, your ignorance never stop ever before. Without the practice, we never we never escape life and death. You need to, it's like you can maintain the doubt when you practice. You have to have doubt. The doubt is coming from the life and death mindset. All the teaching from the master or the reading will help you and to start up your practice. And with your practice, you're gonna feel better, get better in the practice. and just keep you need to just keep asking questions. That's the only thing that you for help you to escape the dualism. It will destroy every ignorance, every discrimination. The one that destroy every discrimination within you, you will discover the Buddhahood. The discovery word mean doesn't mean that you discover. It just automatically discover. So just want to share that some thought so that we can improve our practice and get better. So right now, if anyone have any thought to share, or if you have any question, you can ask. When I read in the book about practice, uh, uh, a teaching say when you have doubt and when you not have doubt. Can you find situation here when you have doubt and when you don't have doubt? So when we practice, we need to have doubt. We only doubt means that you will have practice. Without doubt, that means you're not practicing. So you need to do a correct way, follow the correct way when tending the doubt. We usually have the achievement goal based on the uh, the achievement in you, your ego that you thought that you were practicing, but you are not actually practicing because you just thought that you are. You need to maintain a doubt, and then you see the effect of it. The doubt effect, you can feel it when you practice correctly. So at the beginning, you can just ask the questions. That should help you to have some doubt. Because of the question, they can you will have some doubt arise. So that's why they say that the question is like a stick for you to help you walk. At the beginning, walking is having doubt. You have to keep walking, that means you maintaining the doubt. So people say, oh, they can just try to practice, but they don't have doubt, and then they quit. But even though you don't have doubt at the beginning, you don't you don't have to worry. You can just keep asking the question and keep trying to have doubt. That's how you practice. Even though at the beginning you don't have much doubt. It depends on the situation. When you need to have doubt, or sometimes you don't have doubt, then you can just keep asking the question. Just keep going. When you say have a pure doubt as well, um, have completely doubt that you don't know anything. All you have is just doubt, or a lower level of doubt is that you you have a doubt, but to do it correctly, then you need to keep that coming. So, but some people don't even have any doubt, and they thought they are practicing because they just keep reading question. Reading the question is a different between asking the question because they are beginners. They have a lot of discrimination. They have a lot of ego. You just need to ask clearly, uh, in the right pace. No, it's not too fast, not too slow. Take it very clearly, word by word, and don't think about those words. You just ask naturally. get the doubt because all the discrimination, all the thought that rise during the practice, just let it be. You don't need to control them. And then you practice while you see, walk, sleep, lay down. Just keep asking a question. And then like the thought that you it never arise before. Thought that you never ever think of, they rise up when you practice. It's because of the karma you life before. It's always it's rise up, but don't worry about that. Those thoughts are unnatural. The Buddha taught is no discrimination. But it's a doubt. The doubt is the Buddha taught. So the more you practice, when you get the doubt running all the time, then those thought will be subside. They will not rise anymore. They will slow down. Just need to focus on practice because they will not we not mess up with the doubt. The doubt will destroy everything. The doubt is like a fire. It will burn every other thought. So so that's the doubt is the Buddhahood. And that doubt is everything about Buddha. And then if you just keep trying to have explanation, try to make sense everything, that is your ego. That's your discrimination. And then once you have no discrimination, you lose your practice, you lose the doubt. So all you need to do right now is just keep practicing, have the doubt. Don't don't have discrimination. Don't try to explain things. And then when you try to explain things, see if it's right or wrong, you have you you wondering if you do it correctly or you go the right way. That is completely wrong because those are all the discrimination thought, those are ignorance thought, then you will never escape the life and death. So if you so right now, if you don't have the doubt, just keep practicing. When you keep when you have doubt, maintain it. Let it run 24/7, and then one day you will see the effect and you will get enlightenment. That that has to come because that's a cause and effect. That's the karma. If you have your master, can you please explain to my friend why the discrimination thought always rise up? It's not real, but it's always rise up. Those thoughts, I know those thoughts are not real, are not good, but they always rise up and I never can never control it. So can you please explain that to me so that I can know where it's coming from? If there's a if there's a place for them to come from, or the discrimination thought rise up come from, it, it doesn't have they don't have root. They don't have a start. It's like your dream. It never start. It doesn't have where it come from. In the Dharma, the Buddha, why we one person asked Buddha, why does discrimination arise? Where is it from? Then the Buddha say, it's not real. Even because it's not real, then there's no where it come from. It's just the thing is not real, then you wouldn't know where it's come from because of your own, because of the objective thought. Then those thoughts arise because because your heart your heart is wrong, your thought is wrong. So that's why you see it, you thought that it's coming from. It's not. Buddha clearly say it's not real. There's no beginning of where the discrimination starts. It's not real. So that's why with the practice you destroy the discrimination. So it's not that's not real anymore. And then you will see that there's no discrimination in the beginning with to begin with. That's why the Buddha say everyone have the Buddhahood. It's completed. It's already complete. Nothing else you need. You don't need anything else. It's already there. The Buddhahood is already there because of your sickness. That's why you see that the discrimination arises, but it's not real. So somebody asks, if you become Buddha, might we come back to like the normal person? If, but it's not true. If you become Buddha and come back and forth, then that's the objective. So that's why once you get enlightenment, you never don't want you enlightenment and you don't have the wrong thought anymore. And then once this happens, you don't see the things like discrimination thought, unreal thing. It's hard to it's very hard to explain for you to understand because you're not supposed to understand. Because what you don't understand is that's where you fall into the dualism. Try to explain thing. It's a discrimination. So just get the idea that you need to practice. Practice will bring you to enlightenment. For example, if you understand right now, but then later on it will not make sense or not, you have different thought on the situation because you keep changing, your thought always change. In order to understand things, all you need to do is practice. So this is a reminder for you to practice to get independent out. So that's why the Buddha said there's no practice, no teaching for Buddha to teach. It's those teaching is just for you to know, to practice, to discover yourself, discover your own Buddhahood, Buddha nature. So that's why it's called self-discovery. Yeah, because everyone will have a question. These questions keep you up at night, and then with this question, you discover the practice. So I help you practice, and then now you need just all you need to do just practice. Thank you, Master. This Kimball asked why we have the ignorance, why we have the discrimination, wrong thought. Then the Buddha said, if there's a reason for it to arise, then it's not discrimination. Discrimination is not real. Because it's not real, then there's no place for it to come from. It just, it's just because you see it wrongly, but it's not there. It's not real. The only thing discover it is to get enlightenment, and that's where you need to practice.